All right, it's time for day 2. We will be in Kenya for day 2, which is exciting. And we're talking about spring, which means rain in Kenya. So, well, we'll just start there. With our activity, you're going to be doing all kinds of sprinkler activities from water catchment, how you figure out how to catch water for your home because you don't have running water in your home, quite possibly. Things like that. Figuring out how do we irrigate plants when water only comes certain times of year and you want the water to last longer. Different activities like this. So expect to get wet, right? So we have that, sprinkler games. We have in our animal rotation, you're going to be doing mud prints, which you're going to have, each kiddo is going to have all kinds of shapes cut out, and then they're going to turn it into whatever creature. And this is kind of based on the, well, it's mud prints, which is actually a thing, an African style of art, but also batik prints. I don't know if you've seen those. And so they may leave space between the shapes and things like that, or not. But they're going to create African animal shapes with that and learn about African animals. In our pen pal rotation, it's going to be starting to make friendship bracelets. So we're going to have different instructions and things like that, as well as that t-shirt yarn that you guys made the day before for kids to do that. And the kids will finish their All About Me page, put their picture on it, that kind of cool stuff. In music rotation, they're going to be making djembes out of balloons and containers. So that'll be super cool. And they actually sound pretty cool. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, I am. Your group building circle activity is bubbles, giant bubbles. That's what I remember. You'll have an additional video when you get here about what the activity is, the nurture lesson, that kind of stuff. And then our Bible study this day for Kenya is Philip and the Ethiopian. And this is New Testament versus yesterday's Old Testament. You'll remember in the book of Acts where the diaspora has happened. That's where the persecution really begins to get intense, especially by Saul, who his Greek name is Paul. And the Christians scatter because the persecution is so intense. Well, Philip goes first to the Samaritans and shares Jesus with them, and then he comes back and he's hanging out, and the angel of the Lord shows up to him and says, hey, go out to the road to Gaza, which is on the way to the African continent, right? That's how they're getting down there. And so he goes out and then finds this chariot, and the angel's like, run up to it, all of this kind of stuff. Leads this Ethiopian, who is already a worshiper of God, to the knowledge of Jesus, who becomes then a Christian. This gentleman then continues on his way to Ethiopia as a believer. And so the gospel is now going into a whole new continent, and that's super cool. So we're going to watch the movement of the gospel through Philip and the Ethiopian. So that's awesome. That is our day 2. It should be super fun. Thanks.